"Dad, you can't live alone anymore. It's time for you to go to a nursing home." Those were the words that would change my life forever, spoken by my own daughter Jennifer, while she was emptying my pension account right before my eyes. What she didn't know was that during my 40 years working as an accountant in Houston, Texas, I had learned something very valuable. Always have a backup plan. My name is Robert Thompson. I am 73 years old, and this is my story. Before I continue with this account, I want to thank from my heart everyone who joins us on this channel. You know what? If this story is touching your soul the way it hurt me to live it, don't forget to hit that like button that helps us so much. And if you feel these stories help you reflect on family, please subscribe because here we share real experiences that teach us about life. At the end, let me know in the comments if you've ever felt like family has turned their back on you, because your words give me strength to keep telling these stories. I worked for 40 years as an accountant at Morrison & Associates in Houston. 40 years of waking up at 5 in the morning, drinking black coffee in my kitchen, reading the Wall Street Journal before heading to the office. 40 years of absolute dedication to give my family a dignified life. My wife Martha passed away 8 years ago from cancer, and since then my only close family was my daughter Jennifer and my little granddaughter Emma, just 6 years old. Jennifer worked as a marketing manager at a tech company in Austin, earned well, had a beautiful house in Westlake Hills. But apparently it wasn't enough. Have you ever felt that strange sensation when someone you love visits you more often than usual? During the past 6 months, Jennifer had started visiting me every weekend. At first I was very happy. How wonderful, I thought. My daughter finally has time for her old father. She brought me home-cooked meals, helped me with groceries, even organized my medications in pill boxes. But there was something in her eyes, an urgency I couldn't identify. She always asked about my finances, about my bank accounts, about my plans for the future. During one of those visits in March, while we were having coffee in my usual kitchen, Jennifer told me something that chilled my blood. "Dad, I've been thinking, this house is too big for you, and maintaining it costs a lot of money. Don't you think it would be better to sell it and move to a smaller place?" I told her I felt perfectly comfortable in the house where I had lived with her mother for 30 years. But Jennifer insisted, "It's just that I worry about you, Dad. What if you fall? What if you have an emergency and no one is nearby?" 2 weeks later, Jennifer arrived with a folder full of documents. "Dad, I found the perfect nursing home for you. It's called Sunset Gardens. It's on the outskirts of Houston. It has nurses 24 hours a day, recreational activities, meals included. And best of all, I can visit you every weekend." When I told her I had no intention of moving to any nursing home, Jennifer got serious. "Dad, you can't keep living alone. Yesterday you forgot to take your medications. Last week you fell in the bathroom. It's for your own good. Do you know that feeling when someone tells you something is for your own good, but you feel it's not?" That day, Jennifer convinced me to go visit Sunset Gardens. It was a clean place, but cold. It smelled of disinfectant and medicines. The residents looked lost, watching TV in silence or sleeping in wheelchairs. The director, a woman named Mrs. Patterson, showed us around with a smile that was too wide. "Your daughter has already told us all about you, Mr. Thompson. We believe you'll feel very comfortable here." That night at home, Jennifer put the documents in front of me. "Dad, I just need you to sign here to transfer the financial power of attorney to my name. It's temporary, just to make the transition easier. And here, to authorize the sale of the house." My heart raced. "Jennifer, why do you need the power of attorney for my finances?" Her eyes looked away. "It's standard procedure, Dad. This way I can help you with everything while you adapt to the home." What happened the following week was like a nightmare in slow motion. Jennifer arrived with 2 men from a moving company. "Dad, everything is ready. Your room at Sunset Gardens is waiting for you. These gentlemen are going to help us pack your most important things." I tried to resist, but Jennifer had also brought a doctor, Dr. Martinez, who after a quick evaluation declared that I was not fit to live alone. "Mr. Thompson, your daughter is doing the right thing. At your age, you need specialized care. At Sunset Gardens, they assigned me a small room overlooking the parking lot. A bed, a desk, a chair, and a small television. My 40 years of memories reduced to 2 suitcases. Jennifer visited me that first week. "Dad, I already sold the house. It was necessary to pay for the home. But don't worry, your pension will cover all the monthly expenses." When I asked her how much she had received for the house, she told me, "Don't worry about that, Dad. I take care of everything now." Do you know what's more painful than losing your home? It's discovering that someone you trusted completely has been lying to you. One morning, Mrs. Patterson came to my room with a worried expression. "Mr. Thompson, we have a small problem. Your daughter hasn't paid this month. And when we called, she told us you no longer have sufficient funds to stay here. My heart stopped. What do you mean I don't have funds? I have my complete pension, plus my life savings. Mrs. Patterson showed me the account statements that Jennifer had provided. My pension account showed a balance of $87. My savings from 40 years of work, $0. Everything had been transferred to an account in Jennifer Thompson's name. At that moment, I felt as if the world was wobbling. My own daughter, the little girl I had carried in my arms to the hospital when she was born, whom I had taught to ride a bicycle, whose college I had paid for, had stolen all my financial security. That afternoon, I called Jennifer from the home's phone. "Jennifer, what happened to my money?" Her response broke my heart. "Dad, it was necessary. I have debts, the house mortgage, credit cards. You don't need that much money anymore. You're in the home. Everything is paid for." I told her that Mrs. Patterson had said she hadn't paid this month. "Oh, that. Well, Dad, the home is very expensive. You're going to have to move to a cheaper one. A government one. Have you ever felt like your world is completely falling apart?" Jennifer had taken the $432,000 from my pension, plus the $160,000 from my personal savings, plus the money from selling my house. Almost $800,000. And now she was telling me I would move to a government home because she couldn't afford my care. At that moment, sitting on that small bed, looking out the window toward the parking lot, I made a decision that would change everything. What Jennifer didn't know was that during my 40 years as an accountant, I had learned something fundamental. Never put all your eggs in one basket. 3 days after Jennifer emptied my main accounts, I made a call I had been avoiding. "Good afternoon. This is Robert Thompson. I need to verify the balance of my account number 4471829. The response filled me with a satisfaction I hadn't felt in weeks. "Do you know what happens when you work 40 years at the same company and have access to all available investment plans? During all those years, I had been discreetly setting aside 5% of each paycheck in a special investment account that the company offered to its most senior employees, an account that didn't appear on my regular statements, an account that Jennifer never knew existed. The balance, $650,000. But that wasn't all. During my years as an accountant, I had advised dozens of small businesses in Houston. Many of them, instead of paying me in cash, had offered me small stakes in their companies, stakes that I had accepted and carefully kept in a safety deposit box that Jennifer completely unknown about. 3 of those companies had grown considerably. One had become a successful chain of Mexican restaurants. Another was now a software company that traded on the stock exchange. The next day, I hired a lawyer. His name was James Rodriguez, a specialist in financial abuse cases against senior adults. When I told him my story, he became furious. "Mr. Thompson, what your daughter did is a federal crime. It's aggravated theft and financial abuse against a senior adult. This can mean up to 20 years in prison." I told him I didn't want my daughter to go to prison, but I did want justice. James immediately initiated a complete financial investigation. In 3 days, we had irrefutable evidence that Jennifer had used my power of attorney to transfer all my funds to her personal account. More seriously, she had used $50,000 of my money to make the down payment on a new house in Austin, and had spent another $30,000 on a new BMW. My retirement money was financing her lifestyle while abandoning me in a nursing home. Do you know what's more satisfying than revenge? It's justice served with surgical precision. James had prepared a perfect legal strategy. First, we filed a criminal complaint for financial abuse against a senior adult. Second, we initiated a civil lawsuit to recover all my funds plus punitive damages. Third, and this is what excited me most, we had prepared a special surprise for Jennifer. Friday morning, Jennifer received a court summons to appear in court the following Monday. But that was just the beginning. James had coordinated with the authorities so that on Sunday, while Jennifer was at church with Emma, sheriff's officers would go to her house with a seizure order. When Jennifer returned from Mass, she found official seals on her new house, on her BMW, and notifications of freezing of all her bank accounts. Can you imagine the phone call I received that afternoon? Jennifer was screaming and crying on the phone. "Dad, what did you do? They came to seize my house. They froze all my accounts. Emma is crying because she doesn't understand what's happening." I responded with the calmest voice I could. "Jennifer, you did something very serious. You stole all my money and abandoned me in a home you couldn't pay for. Now you're going to face the consequences." Monday in court, Jennifer arrived with a public defender. She looked haggard. She had been crying. When the judge read the charges against her, Jennifer turned pale. Financial abuse against a senior adult, aggravated theft, documentary fraud, falsification of legal documents. Each charge carried a minimum sentence of 2 years in prison. Her lawyer asked for clemency, arguing that she had acted thinking of my welfare. But James had done his job perfectly. He presented evidence of all the expenses Jennifer had made with my money: the new house, the car, vacations to Cancun, designer clothes, expensive restaurants. The judge became serious. "Miss Thompson, you did not spend this money on your father's care. You spent it on a lifestyle you couldn't afford. This is not an error in judgment. This is a deliberate crime." The sentence was devastating for Jennifer. 5 years in prison, complete restitution of all my funds, plus punitive damages of $200,000. She would lose the house, the car, everything she had bought with my money. But what hurt her most was when the judge ruled that she would lose temporary custody of Emma. My granddaughter would be placed under the care of social services until Jennifer served her sentence. Do you know what's most ironic about this whole situation? 3 days after the sentencing, I received a call from social services. "Mr. Thompson, we need to talk to you about Emma. As the closest grandfather, you have the right to request her custody." That same afternoon, I visited Emma at the temporary home where they had placed her. She was crying, confused, asking about her mom. I told her, "Emma, Mom made some very big mistakes, but Grandpa is going to take care of you now." With my secret investment account, I was not only able to recover my financial independence, but I was able to offer Emma something Jennifer had never been able to give her: real stability. I bought a beautiful house in a safe neighborhood in Houston, with a big yard where Emma could play, near an excellent school. 6 months later, Jennifer wrote from prison. A long letter, asking for forgiveness, saying she had been carried away by debts and financial pressure. She said she had taken my money because she thought I no longer needed it, that she was protecting it for Emma. But the lies were over. Jennifer had shown her true character when she thought she had power over me. Emma is now 7 years old. She goes to an excellent private school, takes piano lessons, plays soccer on weekends. She has a stable life that Jennifer had never been able to give her, always changing houses, always with debts, always stressed about money. At night, when Emma does her homework at the kitchen table, she asks me, "Grandpa, when is Mom coming out?" I tell her the truth. When she has learned that you can't hurt family. Today, Emma is in 2nd grade, speaks 2 languages, plays piano, and has the kind of safe childhood every child deserves. When I turned 74 last month, Emma made me a card with her own hands that said, "To the best grandfather in the world. Thank you for taking care of me when I needed it most." At that moment, I knew I had made the right decision. Jennifer will get out of prison in 4 years. I don't know if I'll forgive her completely, but I know Emma needs to meet her mother when the right time comes. Meanwhile, my granddaughter is learning values Jennifer never had: honesty, respect, responsibility. She's growing up in a home where she feels safe and loved. If this story has touched you in any way, if you've ever felt like family has betrayed you, or if you know someone who has gone through something similar, don't stay silent. Share in the comments where you're watching this video, whether from the United States, Canada, or anywhere in the world where you are. Your stories give me courage to keep sharing these experiences that, though painful, teach us about the importance of protecting and valuing ourselves. Always remember, never underestimate an elderly person. Behind every wrinkle are decades of experience, of lessons learned, of accumulated wisdom. And behind every appearance of vulnerability, there may be a strength you can't even imagine. Age doesn't make us defenseless. It makes us wise. And wisdom, well used, is the greatest power that exists.